Losing your home due to foreclosure is not only a burden on homeowners. When homes are sold back to banks, nearby neighborhood residents suffer as well. So what are your rights as a neighbor? Joe Hart is looking for answers in tonight's Fact Finder report. Joe?
Well, Shelby, with more and more houses falling into foreclosure, we're also seeing an increase in something else, and that is neighborhood eyesores. Homes that have been abandoned and are falling apart or have yards that are overgrown with weeds. Now, chances are you might have one of these homes where you live. In tonight's Fact Finder report, who's responsible for making sure these eyesores get cleaned up? It's a story you'll see only on News 4.
This home on Fowler Avenue in North Reno not only looks bad, neighbors say it smells bad, too.
It's a smell that I can't describe, really. I've never experienced it before, but when you get a good whiff of it, you become lightheaded.
The home is now abandoned after going into foreclosure. Trash is scattered around the property, and several of these 55-gallon drums contain some type of liquid. Neighbors told me they've even spotted dead animals in the backyard. Not the kind of place you want next door or even down the street.
So do you think this house is a health hazard?
Definitely.
I called the county assessor and found out the house is owned by First Mortgage Corporation in California. So I called First Mortgage and talked to their foreclosure manager and told him that neighbors had some questions about when this house is going to be cleaned up. Now, he told me, and I'm quoting here, "I don't care what the neighbors want to know," end quote. Again, that was the response from the bank.
Neighbors contacted the city and also sent this letter to News 4 outlining their concerns. So we checked out the house ourselves, and the very next day, inspectors from the fire, health, police, and code enforcement departments all showed up and even took this video of their inspection.
Just a lot of rotten food. It just reeks in there bad.
It turns out these 55-gallon drums are full of engine cleaner. Inspectors also found, of all things, an underground tunnel leading to a room where several marijuana plants were growing, in addition to code violations from improper construction and wiring and a lot of trash.
It's in pretty bad shape.
It is definitely in bad shape.
Alex Woodley is the city's code enforcement manager. His office receives up to 75 complaints every month about run-down abandoned homes, a number that continues to grow with the increase in foreclosures. Keeping up with all of them can be a challenge, but when News 4 got involved in this case, the process picked up.
Did it help that we called on this particular house?
Yes, it did help, actually.
The day after that inspection, Woodley issued a notice of citation to the owner, First Mortgage Corporation of California. Repairs to what has become a neighborhood eyesore will be the next step, he says, and that is good news to neighbors like Glenn Kress.
In this area here, the neighbors try to take care of their properties, and what we would like to see is maybe a nice home for a nice family.